A major court ruling in a hotly contested internet privacy case, a case that could have mostly directly affected more than 1 million visitors to an anti-Trump website.
And the case has deep roots in the Southland. The web hosting company involved is headquartered here in Los Angeles. KCAL9 political reporter Bryan is here now with details about the judge's decision. Dave.
Yeah, and in the internet world, this was really one of the high-profile cases to come up recently. So the web hosting company, DreamHost, provides technical services and is the keeper of the computer records on who's logging in and participating. And this internet privacy case goes back to the violent anti-Trump riots in Washington on Inauguration Day, not those who marched peacefully and cheered at the rallies opposing Mr. Trump. The street rioting in the nation's capital on Inauguration Day for Donald Trump reportedly caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage over dozens of city blocks, and some police officers were assaulted. Some of the rioters were armed with hammers, crowbars, and heavy wooden sticks. Prosecutorial court papers indicate about 200 people were charged with criminal offenses, and nearly 20 of them have pleaded guilty. In pursuing the government's case, prosecutors say this website, #DisruptJ20, was used as a recruiting and organizing tool for people to subscribe to if they wanted to be part of the disruption, and in some cases to be part of the destruction and rioting. But the web hosting service provider company, DreamHost, that's the company that provides the technology and services needed for the website to be viewed on the internet, refused to comply with a federal search warrant in July that demanded identities of all 1.3 million people who had visited the #DisruptJ20 website. Faced with the company's refusal and the prospect of a long and costly court battle over internet privacy, the prosecutors this week pulled back on their warrant demands. And on Thursday, a judge at the Washington, D.C. Superior Court issued his ruling. He ordered that the prosecutors would have access only to information on those people who subscribed to the website, not on those who merely visited it, which is a far cry from the original warrant demand that could have required information on 1.3 million visitors. In addition, the judge said he would monitor the use of the data to ensure that the government seizures would involve information only on those who were linked to the riots, not on everyone who posted messages on the website or communicated with others. In the end, that would appear to reduce the total universe of seized information to maybe a couple hundred people. This evening, DreamHost's general counsel, Chris Kazarian, told me in a Skype interview the final result was a far cry from the original assault on internet privacy.
We're pretty happy with the overall results leading up to this decision. Obviously, we had the DOJ pull back the older warrants and substantially reduce the scope, and then this judge further added some more changes to the warrant. We were able to reduce the scope, especially to exclude the over 1.3 million IP addresses of all the website visitors. And I think that's a huge win.
Of course, one could argue that instead of getting nothing, as DreamHost was holding out, the government will get information on as many as a couple hundred people who may have been on the front lines of the Inauguration Day riots, and that could help them build a stronger case against some of those who are fighting the riot charges. So in that respect, you could certainly say both sides got at least a partial win. Jeff, Lena.